Test, test, test. Test, 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 test.
You may only be able to hear out of one ear because UK blew one of my channels or anything.
Okay.
For the ear, the send back.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, that'll be, this will be Chris's headset.
So good stereo like this.
Carter. This will be Carter's headset. Test. Test, 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 test. Test. Test, 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 test. 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 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Caught. Test. Okay. How's business, man? You said it was doing really good last time I talked to you. Are you still doing the FBU? But you're doing stuff with him each year.
Yeah, I'm doing so.
Oh yeah. Hey radio. Radio guy. Who's
Oh yeah.
who are you radio guy?
Yeah.
Hey, who's the guy for you guys this year? Who's been playing really well?
Nobody.
Nah, come on. Who's the starting quarterback?
Quarterback's going to
Hodges.
Here's the.
Harden. Zach Harden is a starting QB. But
Is he a
Seconds back. 30 seconds.
What I'll do is I'll tell her just to listen,
Mm-hmm.
see if she can hear the background noise.
Okay.
Okay. You don't even have to say anything. Hey, Willie,
Yeah.
call me on my cell. I'm gonna put you on hold. Then I'm gonna call her. And I'll
Yeah.
join the call together.
My phone's dead.
It's dead.
It's dead. Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Test, 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 test. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Standing by Lexington Catholic High School. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Yeah, they would have called your phone if they were.
Katie, can you hear me?
She's going to do it, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Katie. Can you hear me, Katie? Yep, we going right now though. Just play the bumper. What? What do you mean what? What's the problem? Yeah, but we can go on now. Yeah. Okay, you're fine. Well, here, let's try to see if I can hear it first. Go ahead and try to play it. Turn it up in my headphones. Nope. Nothing yet? I just have my headset on. I don't have the phone up to my ear, so keep turning it up and switching so I know it's in.
She's not going to be able to play anything through your headphones. She should be able to. This is connected to our now.
Hey, Katie. Okay, I'm not going to be able to hear anything on your end. So when I say we'll be back in 30 seconds, I will literally time it on my phone and just start talking. Okay, now there's not too many breaks anyway, but here in the pregame show, we're going to take like 4 3-minute breaks, so those will be timed exactly at 3 minutes, okay?
Just tell her to take commercial whenever I play something off of the game. That's all you got to tell her. So whenever she sees that pop up, boom.
What'd you say? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you just need to hear me. And when I say we'll be back in 3 minutes, go 3 minutes from when I say that. Don't even worry about the delay. Just listen to the broadcast off the internet and play that on the radio. And when we say we'll be back in 30 seconds, take us down, play a 30-second commercial, and then after 30 seconds, bring us back up.
Yeah, that should be the way of game.
Yeah.
I will start 1 minute from now. All right, bye.
Yeah, there was no clock. There's no clock.
Everyone turn the camera to us. We'll start. If you want to, we're starting in 1 minute. Let me call Katie. Tell her, call Katie Templin.
I'm going to go ahead and start now.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kentucky. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
About cooperation with basketball. There's a girl playing basketball and driving to the basket, right?
And now we're going to show live.
Okay. And now they're showing students in the classroom. Okay. That is our timer. That's our timer, okay? But all you need to do is listen to that, and that's when we're on and off. Okay. Okay. Well, look, as soon as that thing is over, we're going to go live, okay? That's about right after this commercial. How many seconds do you have on your end?
You're not going to be able to get it to go.
How many seconds are left until your last commercial is done, Katie? Okay, we'll be live in 22 on my end, okay? All right, bye.
She's strictly just going to have to watch on hers, and when you go to commercial, she's just going to play her commercial.
The problem is, she hasn't done this in a long time, and our normal guy isn't there. We're live in 10 seconds. It is a beautiful, clear, cool night here in Lexington, Kentucky, and if you had a script for football weather and you wrote it, it still would not be as beautiful as it is right here at Lexington Catholic High School as the Knights get ready to welcome in the Madison Central Indians. Good evening, everybody. Steve Tressel alongside of me, my good friend and broadcast partner, Carter Gray, the former Lexington Catholic All-Star running back, and also Chris Beesmore from Anderson County, our superstar intern, who will be bringing you the halftime and post-game statistics. We are live tonight on PrepSpin.com, so if you're listening to the game tonight on your radio, go ahead and pull up PrepSpin.com on your computer, and you will stream the game live there, and we encourage you to turn your radio on as well, and you can also get that radio feed from PrepSpin, but of course we want you to tune in the radio, right? We want to thank some people first as we get started. First of all, to Wing Zone. At Wing Zone, we can't all make it into the end zone every year, but we can certainly make it into Wing Zone. And with two great Lexington locations that deliver, Wing Zone always scores every time. Wing Zone is the official sponsor of the pregame Lexington Catholic football show. So Carter, tonight Lexington Catholic coming in 1-3, but Madison Central, another Class 6 school, the third one in a row for Class 4 Lexington Catholic. They also kind of limp in here at 1-3 as well. Somebody's going to leave here 2-3. Somebody's going to leave here still with one win on the season.
Yes, sir. I think just the most physical team, the team who wants it the most, is going to come out with the win. We both had a pretty.
Before you came, as you came up into the booth tonight, we were both shocked he wasn't the starter when we looked on the depth chart because he gave you guys fits.
Yeah. Going in the past 2 years, it was looking like a pretty easy game for us. But that quarterback, Presnell, was always able to make something happen.
Yeah.
He made it tight till the very end when it honestly should not have been.
Yeah, very athletically gifted. Seemed to have a real nose for where the play needed to go.
Always able to make something happen.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, they're in for a tough test tonight as they've run into a Lexington Catholic team that is kind of spinning right now. A lot of injuries hitting Lexington Catholic, but really that's just making them a little bit hungry. They're hungrier. They talked in practice this week about getting back on the winning side of the football field, and you can see down there on the field now some of those Catholic players grouped up to the right, and they're really getting each other fired up because as PrepSpin moves the camera over there and zooms in, these guys want to win badly. They are not used to being a team at 1-3. Lexington Catholic, a very proud football tradition here in Lexington. 2 state championships, regional champions the last 3 years in a row, and that means they've been in the state semifinals 3 years in a row. And you've been a part of those teams, and you guys just aren't used to being at 1-3 on a season, are you?
No, sir, we aren't. Just a little bit shocking to be 1-3. It hasn't happened to me my 3 years here, and we're hungry. We don't want to be remembered as the team who had a losing season. We're gonna come out, get healthy and get that record straight.
Now, Carter, as a player yourself, you guys play a lot of tough teams. I mean, you opened the season up playing Allen County Scottsville. They were in the state semifinals a few years back, state runners-up actually a few years back. Then you take on Bowling Green, who hasn't lost a game in 3 years and has won 3 straight state titles. Then you take on a Class 6 Lafayette, coached by Eric Shaw. He's got a couple NFL guys on the side, coaching with him, Dennis and Derek Johnson. Then you bring in Bryan Station, another Class 6 school who's been playing some amazing football. And, they've also got NFL guys on the sidelines, with Cornell Burbage and some of those guys. And now you're taking on another Class 6 school. I understand the thought behind the coaches thinking if we play these tough teams now, we'll be good in district, and then we'll have experience as we get into the playoffs. But this year,
it hasn't worked out because you guys have gotten beat up a little bit more than in years past, and the players, I've never seen this many injuries for you guys. What's the attitude inside the locker room? When you win, you can suck it up a little easier because you guys are winning. But boy, you go out there and you get your tail kicked on the scoreboard, and then you also got your tail kicked, and you're bruised and battered the next day. You know, you feel like it was a wasted effort, and all you did was get beat up. But hopefully those lessons from the games will turn into lessons learned, and that game tape will be something that these guys have learned from, and knowing the coaches and the players and just the attitude that surrounds Lexington Catholic football and their winning tradition, that's exactly what will happen. Hey, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk to you a little bit more about what's going on in the state as far as high school football goes tonight. And also, there is all kinds of traffic in downtown Lexington, and we're going to tell you what that's all about. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Lexington Catholic football on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM. PrepSpin listeners and viewers, this is a sound check. Okay, we're good. Thanks for viewing PrepSpin tonight, the digital sports network, the #1 digital sports network. Follow us at PrepSpin.com, and you can find us on Twitter at PrepSpin. If you're interested in having your sporting event or special occasion put into the media and having somebody film it and making it look as good as what you're seeing right now, please get a hold of us at PrepSpin, and you can also reach us via the web, PrepSpin.com. Welcome back, everybody, to Lexington Catholic High School as the Knights welcome the Madison Central Indians here at Ford Stadium on the grounds of Lexington Catholic in Lexington, Kentucky. Steve Tressler alongside of me, Carter Gray, the former running back here at Kentucky, the All-Star, and he was hampered by injuries and some concussions, and he made the very, very intelligent decision to not play this year. And it wasn't really a decision you made. It was kind of like, don't play because it could get a lot worse, right?
Right.
So you made the right decision. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. I can see you gritting your teeth every game, and even when we talk about it, but I promise you'll be happier in 25 years because I've got good friends like Dermontti Dawson, who is in the NFL Hall of Fame but suffers from very, serious issues with those concussions. So you made a good decision, young man. It is the Wing Zone pregame show here at Lexington Catholic High School. Knights and Indians both limping in at 1-3. Somebody's going to come out of here, though, with a win tonight at 2-3. The other team will drop to 1-4. After every game this season, our broadcast team will be selecting the Sharps Candy Sweet Play of the game. Those Lexington Catholic players will receive a gift certificate for $10 on their next trip to Sharps Candies, located at 2021 Regency Road, or they can purchase online at sharpscandies.com. Sharps Candies features handmade chocolates, candies, nuts, and more. Sharps Candies is a proud sponsor of Lexington Catholic football, and also by Paul Miller Ford. Paul Miller Ford is going to select a key player to the Paul Miller Ford drive of the game, and that player is going to receive a $200 gift certificate off of their next new or used car from Sean Brock at Paul Miller Ford. Hey, if you're in the market for a good new or used car, then call my friend Sean Brock at 797-4441. That's 797-4441. PaulMillerFord.com. Point, click, drive. And also, we want to thank Noodles & Company. Noodles & Company is giving out the way to use your noodle fan or play of the game tonight. That Lexington Catholic player or fan will receive a tasting at Noodles & Company for themselves and 3 other friends. And Carter, it's a $100 dining event, absolutely free, if you're selected as the Noodles & Company using your noodle player or fan of the game. And Noodles & Company is conveniently located at 2468 Nicholasville Road, and it is your world kitchen, a proud sponsor of Lexington Catholic football. And my good friends at Another Man's Treasure, that's right, they're going to be giving out the treasured fan of the game. A lot of giveaways here, so you got to make it down to the stadium tonight at Ford Stadium, because if you're not here, you can't win. But Another Man's Treasure, a $25 gift card to Another Man's Treasure in 2 Lexington locations. Another Man's Treasure is just not your ordinary furniture store. I love that place, and I think you will too. So, with that said, Carter, 12 minutes away from kickoff. We're getting ready to have the national anthem played. We're going to obviously get the blessing tonight, and they're really starting to fill the seats here, and even on the Madison Central side. A lot of people don't realize it, but Madison Central, they tailgate as good as any high school I've ever seen. The fans show up there. They drive their vehicles up close to the stadium fence, and they really do it upright. I mean, they have a great time out there, and they're always, every time we go to Madison Central, they're very welcoming, and the parents and the fans, it's a great event out there. And you don't know that because you're usually on the field.
Exactly, but it sounds great.
It is great. Hey, today, I mean, this is a different side of the football for you, because you're not used to this side of it, where you get to actually go tailgate and get a plate of food and have a couple beers, which you don't have, but just getting a plate of food and then hanging out with people, and then you come up here and all of a sudden there's football played. You're just not used to that, but you got to admit,
feels kind of good.
It's not too bad. And now you get to hang out on the radio and talk about football. So there's nothing wrong with that, and that's where all the fun is. Hey, we're 10 minutes away from kickoff, and we did tell you before our last break that we were going to talk a little bit about high school football in the area tonight, and that's exactly what we're going to do. As Lexington Catholic and Madison Central, they're ready to go. But there's more games around town tonight, and let me roll to my notes here. Because I'm a C student, I got to write everything down. You wouldn't know what that's like, Carter, because you're a 4.0 student, but one day
I don't know about
maybe
that,
you'll
Steve.
raise one. We'll tell you a little bit about tonight's game. Madison Central's coach, Mark Centers, this is his first year at Madison Central. He was the head coach at Garrett County, and he was 40-33 there after 6 years. And in those 6 years, and especially the last few years, they won 3 district championships, and Garrett County won their first ever regional championship. So that's a big deal to them. But he was hired on at Madison Central, and he took over a bigger program. They entered the game tonight with a 1-3 record. They beat Woodford County, but they've lost to Murray High School. Madison Southern, they got a pretty good running back there, as you're aware of. The number 1 running back in the country, actually. And then they're also, they dropped a game to Scott County, who is also ranked number 1. As a matter of fact, Lexington Catholic marks the 3rd week in a row that Madison Central has an opponent that's ranked in the top 10 for their respective class, and you could say the same for Lexington Catholic. Lexington Catholic and Madison Central will continue to play each other through 2015 and 16, and the game will be played always in the Week 4 slot. So those are just some notes and things to put into your mental Rolodex as we get ready for kickoff here. And again, Catholic coming in with some good play on their side, though, because if you go through the KHS statistics, Carter, you can see that Jalen Jones is one of the top running backs in the state, the Lexington Catholic running back. Through 3 games, he's had 54 carries for 459 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's averaging 153 yards a game, and that's against some tough competition.
Yes, sir. We have, 3 6A teams in a row, and he's still having a really good average. So
churning out the yards. Reese Ryan, he's not doing too bad himself. Reese Ryan through 3 games, and they say 3 games, not 4. But Reese Ryan through 3 games has attempted 79 passes, completed 50, 4 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 553 yards, and he's getting 183 yards per game. Of course, now here they put points, but they didn't mean that. But Reese doing a great job. His number 1 receiver so far has been Joseph Agbagu, and Joseph through 3 games has 13 catches for 172 yards and a touchdown. Also, top 15 team scoring leaders. You look at Lexington Catholic is right there with Boyle County, and of course this is only Class 4, but the number 1 scoring team in Class 4 right now, Johnson Central, Owensboro, and of course Highlands. And then you look down a little bit, not really known for their scoring is Boyle County. We never think about Boyle County as a scorer because it's always their defense. So their defense is really what gets them a lot of points. Lexington Catholic scoring number 12. We're going to go to the prayer. We'll come right back to the broadcast.
Every family represented by these young men. We thank you for these schools. We thank you for our administrators, our teachers. Father God, we thank you right now that we live in a country that's free, that we can come and watch an event like this. We thank you, Father God, for the blood of the men and women who have sacrificed with their very lives to guarantee that freedom. We thank you, Father, tonight most importantly for your Son, Jesus Christ. Without his blood and his sacrifice, none of us have a hope of glory, a way to heaven. We thank you for his love, for his mercy, and his grace. Father God, we pray right now that you will be with each participant, keep them safe from injury, help them play the very best of their ability. We thank you, Lord. It's in your Son's name that we pray. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Now we'll have the playing of our national anthem.
Stand by, and we will now have the playing of the national anthem as we're ready for the kickoff between Lexington Catholic and Madison Central. Well, we thank the Lexington Catholic High School Pep Band for the playing of the national anthem, and now we are just 5 minutes away from kickoff here at Lexington Catholic High School between the Knights and the Indians. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we're going to bring you right back here. You're listening to Lexington Catholic Football on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kentucky. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, Studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to Ford Stadium here at Lexington Catholic High School, and we are ready for kickoff in just a couple minutes here. Steve Tressler alongside of me, Carter Gray and Chris Beesmore. Carter Gray, the former all-star running back here at Lexington Catholic High School, now on the broadcast team, and we're lucky to have him. And also Chris Beesmore, our superstar intern out of Anderson County and a cross-country runner at this time. Not really running right this moment, but he is a cross-country runner. And Lexington Catholic has made their way out there, and the captains have taken part in that coin toss, and Lexington Catholic has won the coin toss. So they decided that looks like they're going to kick off, and they're going to wait till the second half to get the ball.
Looks like it.
And who are the captains out there? Austin? Carter, I'm sorry.
We got Braxton Couch, Cameron Bailey, Cody Mitchell, and Reese Ryan. And actually, 2 days ago at practice, 5 of the 6 captains were out. There was only one captain practicing, so we called it the captain's curse. But
nice.
Lucky we got we got 5 of the 6 back in for this game. Just Chase Bolin is.
Hey, that's a blessing, buddy. And here come the Lexington Catholic Knights out of the locker room, and they are fired up. And now it is time to play football, folks. As who was that bursting through the middle of that sign?
Eli Mitchell. It looks like he lost his footing a little bit.
Hit him. He goes right. Quarterback hands off. Touchdown scored. 19-6 our score. 6:22 to go in the first half. Now they're going to line up with a shift right on, but they're going for 2 right off the bat here. Here's a snap. They're going to go left with it, and it's a direct snap to the up back. He takes it. And did he get it? No, he's short, and Lexington Catholic stops him there. So 6:22 to go in the first half. Lexington Catholic 19, the Madison Central Indians 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more football on Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM. You're doing a great job. Stop getting frustrated. You'll say something, you'll go. Seriously. Everything you're saying, it's great. Don't worry about messing up or chopping your words. Hey, I've been doing this for 20 years, and I'm far from perfect. All right? You sound great. Seriously, and I need your help, okay? So you're doing good. Welcome back to Ford Stadium here at Lexington Catholic High School. Steve Tressler, I'm going to pull this mic in a little bit. Steve Tressler alongside of me. My good friend here, Carter Gray, and I was a fan of Carter's. I told his parents that when I saw them for the first time. I said, I'm a fan of your son. He's a super running back. Actually averaged more yards than the starters did. And I used to complain about it up here, why he did not touch the ball more. And it's good to have him up here in the booth because his expertise of this team and of the game is helping our broadcast substantially. 6:22 to go, first half. The Knights 19, the Madison Central Indians 6. Every game this year, Wing Zone is going to give out a $25 gift card to the Wing Zone fan of the game. And with 2 great Lexington locations, Wing Zone scores every time. Get into the Wing Zone, wingzone.com. Place your order right now, the official pregame sponsor of Lexington Catholic football. And a little squib kick this time by Madison Central on the kickoff. They don't want to kick it to Thompson or Bogu, and they'll take their chances with Reese Ryan in the offense. Hey, Sharps Candies, every game this year is going to give out the Sharps Candy Sweet Play of the game, and the Lexington Catholic players that get that will receive a gift certificate for $10 on their next trip to Sharps Candies, located at 2021 Regency Road, or they can purchase online at sharpscandies.com. Ryan out of the gun, 1 out left, trips right, here's a snap. Hands off. Jalen Jones gets it, hit immediately, and spins out of one tackle. Gets maybe a yard before they start to run backwards with him, and not much doing that time.
Yes, sir. Most times Jalen can wiggle out of those situations, but he just didn't have anywhere to go that time.
No, he didn't. 2 wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. Jalen behind him. See if you can get that thing on. Here's a snap. Reese looking right now, looking left. Going through his processions here. Looks downfield, throws a little dump pass over to his receiver, and in and out of the hands of Ogbogu as he was covered. But, boy, he really got up there, and for a minute you thought he was going to come down with it and just not able to. 19-6 the score. Lexington Catholic leads the Madison Central Indians here at Ford Stadium. And back up on PrepSpin.com. So Katie in the studio, go ahead and pull PrepSpin.com's feed back up and switch us out there. And nice little play by Jalen Jones going left, and he picks up the first down across the 40, and a big first down for the Knights with 5:34 to go. And Katie, once you do that, go ahead and just dump the call, and we'll go live on the feed that you have off of the internet. Just dump my call, and I'll know that we're off that. And now a timeout called by Lexington Catholic as the Knights lead 19-6. And so to Katie in the studio, if you're listening to me, Katie, go ahead and dump the telephone call and pull the internet back up and take that feed if you don't mind, please. 5:25 to go, first half. Knights lead 19-6 here at Lexington Catholic High School's Ford Stadium.
We want you to support those businesses. You cannot tell the players without a program. Come and support Lexington Catholic football. Purchase a media guide tonight for $5. 5 simoles, $5. 5,000 pennies. I went to public school. That's 500 pennies.
Welcome back to PrepSpin.com, everybody, and we want to thank the Orthodontics, Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, and all that they do for prep sports here in the Lexington area, and all the people there, and the doctors, of course.
Dr. Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
William Warfield giving a shout out to Dr. Durbin, Wong, and Gardner. And here we go, 2nd and 6 now for the Knights. Ball at their own 49-yard line going left to right. 2 wideouts each way. Ryan takes a snap, fires it. Morris catches and gets the inside route there and turns it upfield for about 5 yards, close to the first down marker. And, boy, a nice little play there. And, you know, as far as technical terms go, what kind of a receiver is he? Is he an X receiver on that play?
Sure. Let's go with X, Steve.
That's fine. Let's go with X. So the X receiver picking up the first down. I just wanted to sharpshoot you that time, see if you had that. One left, 3 right, handoff going to Jalen Jones. Started to be a horse collar there, didn't it, as he got the first down, and the Madison Central player corrected himself. The officials went ahead and gave him the no call because he did the right thing.
Yeah, that was close. If he hung on to it for just a second or two more, that definitely would have been a 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down, Steve.
And 2 wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. Here's a snap. Throws to his right, caught, and now across the 35, 30, breaks out of a tackle, stiff arms his way through another one, and gets inside the 27-yard line that time. And a nice little pickup that time by Connor O'Neill. We got 2 number 1s on there, so you gotta help me keep them straight.
Will do, Steve.
And now ready to go again. Lexington Catholic set up. This time fakes the handoff. Ryan's going to keep it himself across the 20, 15, gets the first down, and then some as Reese Ryan picks up about 11, 12 yards on the keeper. And no trickeration that time, so to speak, as George Bush would say. No trickeration, just a first down as Ryan decides to take it himself. And quickly, the Madison Central Indians want to call a timeout. We'll keep it right here. And Lexington Catholic 19-6 lead here. We're also, you can catch the game live tonight on your internet feed at PrepSpin.com. And I want to thank Katie in the studio. Chris Darlin is out to attend an event out of town. He's our normal producer. So Katie Templin's in studio, and Katie just sent me a text because we had an issue with the phone and the internet feed, and we've had some technical difficulties, and she hasn't done this in quite a long time, and it's her first day back. And Katie, you don't have to say sorry. You're doing a great job, and thank you so much for being here and filling in tonight for us, as we couldn't have done it without you. So no worries. Lexington Catholic doing a nice job so far tonight. If you turn and look at the stats, Reese Ryan tonight, Carter, 8 of 11 passing, 121 yards and 1 touchdown. He had that long pass of 42 yards to Andy Thompson. But again, Ogbogu, the main receiver, 3 catches, 17 yards. Donovan Morris, 2 catches, 49 yards. Thompson, that was his only catch of the night, and it was a big one. And on the other side, they've only thrown the ball 5 times, Madison Central. They're 2 of 5, and not much out of that as they only get 5 yards. But, boy, rushing is where they've made their bread, so to speak. Catholic lined up 1st and 10 at the Madison Central 14. Trips left, 1 to the right. Ryan out of the gun, a man behind him 1 yard deep. Now he'll turn as they are bringing in that play slowly, letting the play clock wind down. Here's the snap. Jalen Jones gets it, goes left immediately, and picks up several yards before people get some hands on him there. Maybe 2 or 3, but a good job just finding that hole that time.
Yes, sir. Wasn't much space or room, but he was able to get a couple of yards. I think just play call at the last second. There might have been some confusion on the line, but able to make something out of nothing.
And we haven't seen Balsarak carry the ball tonight. Usually by now he'll have a carry or 2, but Jalen, 8 carries, 40 yards, and 1 touchdown tonight. Trips left, 2 to the right. 5 receiver set. Ryan out of the gun. Takes a snap. 2nd and 8. Now under pressure. Gets dragged down. Nope. Gets out of it. Turns, throws, fires. He's got Donovan Morris to the 5-yard line. And, boy, Donovan thought he had the touchdown, but he got ankle tackled there, and you saw him slam the ball as he went down.
Yeah, he was able to make a really nice move on the cornerback. Completely juked him. He was on the ground, just able to reach his hand out, get him by the shoelaces.
And now it's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 5. Here's the handoff. Jones goes right, and he's going to bully his way towards the end zone. Is he in? No signal from the officials. They say he went out of bounds inside the 1 at about the 6-inch line. But they did pick up the first down because it was a 3rd and 1 from the 5. So they got 4 shots at it, but I got a feeling they won't need that.
No, sir. Just hand it to Jalen, give it to him right up the middle. Just making him 1 down, Steve.
2 wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. I just heard something down there that sounded awful ugly. 2 wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. Here's a snap. Hands off. Jalen gets across, and they say his knee was down at the 4-inch line. Unbelievable.
And he stopped just short of the goal line, it appears.
And 2:19 he goes. That clock ticks down, and
Brings up 2nd and 1.
2 wideouts each way. Ryan looking for the play here. We're hearing foul language, and I think that's coming from upstairs. We're going to have to fix that. Here's the snap. Ryan gets it. Hands off to Jalen, and they knew that was coming as they hit him in the backfield, and they run him back 10 yards. The ball was at the 6-inch line, and on 3rd and goal from the 1, they give it to Jalen, and they run backwards with him to the 10. They're going to call that. Now, don't you call it stopping the forward progress? So why would they? I hope they're not going to spot that there.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to spot it where they hit him. Good, at the 5. I was going to say that's absurd if they're going to spot it there. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5 here.
3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 5. 1:23 to go as that clock keeps ticking down here. $1:15. And now there's going to be a timeout called here. Lexington Catholic's going to call the timeout with 1:10 to go in the half, leading 19-6 on a 3rd and 5, and we'll keep it right here. Carter, 3rd and 5. You're at the 5-yard line. You got a 19-6 lead and 1:10 to go in the half. What are you going to run here?
Well, running the ball hasn't worked the past 3 plays, so I think they should resort to the pass. JJ's been on fire tonight. Just dump it to him real quick in the end zone.
Donovan Morris too.
Yep,
I mean,
him.
he's had some sticky fingers tonight too.
Yeah, any one of our receivers, matter of fact, they've all been on point.
Look at you selling them. Hey, any one of those guys. All right.
They're all good.
All right, so Catholic now is going to come back out of this offensive huddle there with their coach, and you see number 18 for Lexington Catholic there, Chris Thompson, the twin brother of Andy Thompson. And the Knights are ready to go here as the Indians coming in on the left side of your screen here as they talk to their defensive coach. And you see them running up to the line of scrimmage here. It's Lexington Catholic homecoming 2014 here at Lexington Catholic High School. And the homecoming court, you see the balloons going by at the bottom of the screen there as they get ready for homecoming night. Trips left, 2 to the right. Long snap count. Ryan gets it, rolls out to his left, under pressure now, scrambles, trying to find some time. And there's a flag on the play, but it's caught. Touchdown in the end zone, Andy Thompson. But it could all be coming back because that flag was right where there's usually a hold.
Yeah, the white hat just turned around, did it real quick. He knew what it was. Apparently it was obvious to him, Steve.
Well, we'll find out. And, yep, he gives a thumb gesture to everybody and tells them to get out of the end zone and stop celebrating. So a 3rd and 5 turns into a touchdown, which is going to be taken back now after the holding call. That was the preliminary signal. We never even got the actual signal, but that's fine. We'll take it as a hold here. So now
I think he wants to hurry up and get to the locker room, Steve.
Maybe. 2 wideouts each way. Again, across the middle. This time, Morris, touchdown. Donovan Morris from Ryan. And the Knights get on the board once again. And I tell you what, Morris is having a heck of a game. That's his 2nd touchdown of the night. And now 3 catches, for 74 yards.
Yeah, not to mention his extra point, too. About to be another one.
He gets the double dip every time he scores, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
And now the Knights lead 25-6. Homecoming 2014. So far, a success for the Knights. And here's the extra point. It's up. It goes through the uprights, and it's good. 25-6 is score here as the Knights lead the Indians of Madison Central. We'll be back with more Lexington Catholic football on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM and PrepSpin.com. Back to Lexington Catholic High School. It is homecoming 2014. The Knights leading the Madison Central Indians here 26-6. And you know, you can't fault Madison Central. They've got a lot of young players out there on the field, and a lot of those young players are making some great plays, and they're definitely putting up a fight. The score doesn't really tell the whole score. As Madison Central tonight is got about 55 offensive yards, 5 through the air, 50 on the ground, and we need to catch their stats up just a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Those are just a little bit old stats.
Yeah, a little bit old, but we're going to catch them up here. Here's the kickoff. It's a wobbly kick picked up at about the 32-yard line, across the 35, and about the 37-yard line as Madison Central is going to have just under a minute at 50.1 seconds to go here to try to score and maybe close the gap a little bit. And
Number 31,
that offensive unit comes out. Zach Harden is going to lead that offense. Balsarak was the tackler for the kickoff team. Boy, what a pretty night it is to play football tonight.
Football weather, Steve. Feels nice.
This isn't football weather. This is just pretty weather. Football weather is raining, muddy, snow, sleet.
It can't be muddy on this turf field, though.
Yeah, we'll fix it. 2 tight ends. And It's going to be a keeper for Hardin. It wasn't supposed to be, but that Lexington Catholic defense swarmed in there, and they were able to get the sack. And Madison Central is going to call a timeout and stop that clock with 39.8 seconds to go. No gain on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The Knights, timeout.
Madison Central calls timeout. We'll stay right here with them as they call a timeout. And you're watching the game on PrepSpin.com. And we want to thank the Lexington Center for Orthodontics. Kentucky Center for, I got to get that right. I apologize, William. I'll let you do that.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home with Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
Thank you so much for your support of high school football here on PrepSpin. There we go. There's my shout out. That's what I was waiting on. There we go. Woohoo! And you can watch the game on PrepSpin.com. Hey, we also want to thank TGI Fridays Fayette Mall and also Another Man's Treasured fan of the game. Another Man's Treasure, every game this season, will give a $25 gift card, and that'll be good for their next purchase at Another Man's Treasure. And with 2 convenient locations, Another Man's Treasure is not just your ordinary furniture store. I love the place. Visit them on the web, anothermanstreasurefurniture.com. So we'll be looking for the treasured fan of the game. Back to live action, 1 wide out, left, 2 right for Hardin. Takes a snap, drops back, turns, fires, and a miscommunication. His intended receiver that time, I believe, was supposed to have a comeback route. He was looking for Cody Kidd, and, excuse me, not Cody Kidd, but John Williams, and Williams never came back.
No, it would have been nice if he did for Madison Central, though, Steve. It was right to the sideline. He would have been able to pick up a first down and go out of bounds, which is what they need right now.
And those comeback routes, there's about 10 yards and out. They're little hooks, right?
Yes, sir.
So now 35.9 seconds to go. A wide out, left, 2 right. Out of the gun is Hardin. Cryer behind him, about 2 yards. Here's a snap, hands off. Cryer going right. Caught from behind and dropped before the line of scrimmage there. So a loss on the play, and now Lexington Catholic calling a timeout. And moving it to 4th and 11, they're going to try to put a little pressure on Madison Central and try to force them to kick the ball back to them so they can have it one more time on offense. And that's what's going to happen unless they fake it here. And boy, I tell you what, smart job by that Lexington Catholic defense as they're really playing that clock the way they should.
Yes, sir. They've done a great job this drive, and that last tackle was huge.
It was. Big play for that defense on a 3rd and 10. Stopping Cryer a yard deep, forcing a 4th and 11. Every game this year, one lucky player is going to be named our key player to the drive of the game, and that's the key player to the Ford drive of the game, brought to you by Paul Miller Ford. And they will get a $200 gift card off their next newer used car from Paul Miller Ford and Sean Brock. Hey, if you're in the market for a good newer used car, then call my good friend Sean Brock at 797-4441, paulmillerford.com. Point, click, drive. Madison Central set up for the punt here, punting right to left. Here's a snap. The punt is up. It's a high, wobbly punt. Bounces at the 30, takes a Madison Central bounce inside the 20, inside all the way down to about the 15-yard line. So, boy, nice punt by Madison Central, and that gets them out of a big hole.
It sure does. That would be great for the offense if we had a little bit better field position to try and score one more time before the half. But now that punt is going to make us earn it.
19 seconds to go, first half. Knights lead here, 26-6 on homecoming night at Lexington Catholic High School. Steve Tressler alongside of me, Carter Gray, and also Chris Beesmore. We're going to be looking for the way to use your noodle fan or play of the game tonight, and they're going to get a $100 gift card tasting to Noodles & Company, so stand by for that. Trips right, 1 left. Here's the snap. Ryan hands off to Jones across the 20, 25, and it's about the 26, maybe the 27, and that'll probably be the last play of the half as Catholic will let that clock run out. The halftime score here, Lexington Catholic 26 and Madison Central 6. We'll be back right after this.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kentucky. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action.
Trent Marshall.
If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time,
welcome back to
teach lessons not covered in the
Steve
classroom.
Tressler.
Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a...
As we welcome back to Lexington Catholic High School, let me know when you're ready. All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. PrepSpin.com. I'm Steve Tressler. Alongside of me, tell them your name.
I'm Trent Marshall.
Trent Marshall, and Trent's on the boys team here, the Lexington Catholic soccer team. You guys have had a big week. Talk about that a little bit, Trent.
Yeah, so this week, on Tuesday we played Lafayette. We really came through with a 2-1 win. Early in the game, Lafayette scored first. And so usually what teams will do is they'll just shut down sometimes. But, we really came together, which has really been working for us this year completely. And we just put 2 in on them and held the lead the whole time.
And you guys, this year, looking for a big year, and especially going into the playoffs, how do you think you guys look? I know region-wise you guys look pretty good, but how far do you guys expect to go?
We really can't expect anything yet. You never know what's going to happen going into these playoffs here. You just hope for the best and stick together as a team and keep going.
And PrepSpin's been out here putting a lot of your games on the air. Is it fun for you guys to have PrepSpin to go back and watch the games at home?
Yeah, for sure. Being able to watch that, it really does help seeing your mistakes and being able to improve and watch your positioning and being able to just make that right.
All right, so one more time, tell us your name again.
Trent Marshall.
Trent Marshall, everybody, from the Lexington Catholic boys soccer team. They had a big win, and we're going to keep it right here. And Trent, go ahead and give your teammate the headset here, and I want to talk to him a little bit as well. And I apologize, guys. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'd written down everything I was going to ask you and your names. So go ahead and give me your name.
I'm Chase Trainer.
Chase, and what position?
Center back.
All right, so Chase, talking to us a little bit about playing Lafayette, and what did they bring to the table that you guys talked about, and what did you have to shut down? Because Lafayette's got a nice soccer team.
Yes, sir. They had a couple quick forwards, and we had to account for those with help from our outside backs, such as like Zontran, who's very quick, and also Daniel Stuber. So we had to talk a lot in the back and just be a team.
What is different about the soccer team this year at Lexington Catholic as opposed to years past? I mean, is it the chemistry? What are you guys doing differently? And because you're playing at a higher level than we've seen in a while.
Yes, sir. I think it's definitely chemistry. This past summer we went to Europe, and we got really close as a team, and it's just very united this year compared to past years.
Okay, now you guys weren't there. You didn't vote in the elections in Scotland just recently, did you?
No, sir.
No, you were back before then?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That was a few days ago. I'm messing with you. All right, so you guys, you got a big game coming up soon. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we got Oldham County this coming tomorrow, actually. And
the girls have a big game tomorrow, too.
Yes, sir. They have
huge game.
Sacred Heart in their
number one in the state.
Yes.
You guys had a big tournament this week. The girls had the Knights Cup tournament, right?
Yes.
And you had 8 teams here. All of those teams for girls soccer in the top 25. And it was kind of a playoff system. And now we're to the championship game, and that's going to be the girls from Lexington Catholic taking on Sacred Heart, and two Catholic teams going at it once again for the Lexington Catholic Cup. And hopefully the Lady Knights will do it. And let me ask you a little trivia question here. I'm going to put you on the spot. All right? What does the Lexington Catholic Knights and the United States military have in common?
I think we just both work very hard and at our jobs and just get the task done.
You know what? You could say absolutely you're correct. But the salute, right? Knights, back in the old days, if you wanted to honor your opponent after you jousted with them, you would lift your visor up on your armor, so you could see his eyes, and that was a way of saluting him. So you would, to show respect, lift your visor, and that's how to salute. So that stayed in, the military kept it.
Wow.
So the officers, the gentlemen got salutes. How about that?
Learn something new every day.
Don't you, though? All right. Hey, thanks so much. Tell us your name once again.
Chase Trainer.
All right, Chase Trainer and
Trent Marshall.
Trent Marshall, that's your homie, right?
Yeah, that's my boy.
All right, Chase and Marshall, thanks for being up here, guys. We really appreciate it. You guys, good luck against Oldham County. keep representing Lexington Catholic sports and keep doing what you're doing that's positive. And have a great, look at you, you're holding it all back too. Have a great homecoming night, and please be safe, okay, guys?
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, thanks so much for being up here.
Thanks.
And that was the Lexington Catholic boys soccer team up here talking to us about what's going on in Lexington Catholic soccer. It's not always about football here. Sometimes it's about other sports, and it's always about the students. But a lot of sports take center stage here at Lexington Catholic, and the boys and girls soccer teams are second to nobody, as we're happy to get them on the air every single chance we can. At this time, I'm going to talk to my buddy here, Chris, and Chris Beesmore, the superstar intern out of Anderson County. And Chris, we saw a lot of good football there in the first half, and Lexington Catholic doing a good job learning their lessons from last week and hoping to take those lessons learned and produce something. Now, as we get ready to talk about the halftime statistics, one thing to keep in mind, folks, is that Lexington Catholic next week has another big game, and they don't have a bye week until the middle of October. So right now, though, I'm going to bring it to Chris. Chris, as we look at the stats here, Madison Central so far trails 26-6. How did they get those 6 points?
Well, Steve, Madison Central had 6 first downs, had
rushed the ball
19 times for 122 yards.
They had only 5 passing yards, so that's what's surprising.
Yes. 26 total offense for 127 yards.
So ran 26 offensive plays for 127 yards. And you have to forgive me, Chris, that I didn't have all your stuff here prepared, but and tell us a little bit, how did they do as far as the penalties tonight?
They got penalized 2 times for 18 yards.
All right,
Madison Central.
Yeah, Madison Central. Now, on the other side of the ball, talk a little bit about Lexington Catholic. How did they get those 26 points?
Lexington Catholic had 14 first downs, rushed for 18 times for 122 yards. Total offense 36 for 323 yards.
So the 18 for 122 yards, 201 passing yards, and they ran 36 offensive plays for how many again? I'm sorry.
For 36 for 323 yards.
Very good. And penalties?
They were penalized 2 times for 27 yards.
You know why you're struggling on reading these tonight? You're thinking about Kentucky basketball. I'm gonna get on you about that. You're sitting here thinking about Kentucky basketball on Midnight Madness. I know you, Chris. Chris, tell us a little bit about your Twitter feed. You got a whole thing set up for UK basketball.
Yes.
Where can they follow you at?
Kentucky Basketball Official. It's about Kentucky basketball players. It's updates about anything like.
So it's at Kentucky Basketball Official.
Yes.
All right. So if you want to stay on top of University of Kentucky men's basketball, then go to Kentucky Basketball Official. Chris Beesmore, the superstar intern out of Anderson County. He is the owner, operator. It is Kentucky Basketball Official, LLC, if you will. And even though you're not a real LLC, we're just going to say that because that sounds official too.
Yes.
All right. And with a big smile on his face, says yes. All right, so Lexington Catholic leads here 26-6. We got about 5 minutes to go before we come back here and bring you more Lexington Catholic football with the Madison Central Indians right here at Ford Stadium on the grounds of Lexington Catholic. Halftime score here, Lexington Catholic Knights 26, Madison Central Indians 6. Back in 5 minutes, everybody.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kentucky. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky High School Athletic Directors Association.
A special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble, Luxury Pets, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created, Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online, and Rosenbaum Communications.
Trivia question.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Lexington Catholic High School, Steve Tressel alongside of me, Carter Gray, as Lexington Catholic leads at halftime 26-6, and they've been doing it mainly through the air tonight. They've a little over 200 yards passing for Reese Ryan, about 120 on the ground, 4 touchdowns, and well, you got to be excited for the Knights. You know, 26-6 lead. You can certainly hope that they'll keep that as it's homecoming night. They need a big win and get them back on the right track.
Yes, sir. We're definitely on the right track right now. The question is, will offense stay focused? Will defense stay focused? I think we're feeling really good right now, and we're not gonna let up. We need and we want this win.
You got to have it. Reese Ryan tonight, 14 of 18 passing, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jalen Jones tonight, 17 carries, 113 yards, 1 touchdown. He had a long run of 50 yards, and that was the story of the first half as the Knights ran 36 plays for 323 yards of offense, getting on the board for 26 points. The scoring started tonight at the 4:36 mark in the first quarter. Jalen Jones took the handoff from Reese Ryan and a little 8-yard run right up the middle. That made it 6-0. The Andy Thompson pass with a 2-point conversion failed. 47 seconds ago, Donovan Morris caught a 19-yard pass from Reese Ryan, and that made it 12-0. Then the Eli Mitchell rush failed, and that's where we stood going into the second quarter. But the Knights scored again in the second quarter, widening the gap. Andy Thompson caught a 27-yard pass from Reese Ryan. The kick from Morris, that time they decided to go for one. The kick from Morris was good. It made it 19-0. Then 6:22 to go. Finally, Madison Central able to break the dam there, so to speak. And Blake Gross got a 7-yard run, and the rush by Hazelwood on the two-point conversion failed, and that made it 19-6. 56 seconds left. Lexington Catholic's Donovan Morris in the first half. 56 seconds to go. 17-yard pass from Reese Ryan. Donovan Morris kick was good, and that put the score 26-6, and that's where we stand here after one half. So Lexington Catholic's defense doing a pretty good job there as well. You got to tip your hat to Andy Hickey, who he had 3.5 tackles in that first half. 3 of those were unassisted tackles. Harrington with 3 tackles, 1 solo, 4 assisted. Lauterbach in there as well. Joey Griggs doing a nice job. So really what's becoming the usual suspects, right?
Yes, sir. All the seniors, all the skill players are stepping up. Line's stepping up. It's good. I like what I'm seeing. Sure the team likes it too. Absolutely.
26-6 lead. Not much to complain about right now. And now Lexington Catholic is they're gathering, excuse me, I was going to say garnering. They're gathering on the sideline here as they get ready to kick off to the Madison Central Indians, who will get the ball first in the second half. And the homecoming festivities here at halftime have come to a close. And congratulations to the king and queen here at Lexington Catholic. And did you catch who the king and queen were this year?
I did not see.
You have to forgive me. I assumed it was you. So I just assumed it was you. Not a big deal then. There's nothing wrong with second place.
Nope, they didn't even need a vote.
That's right. Because you know what? You may wear 28 on your jersey, but you're number 1 in our hearts. Or 39. You may wear 39 on your jersey, but you're number 1 in our hearts.
Thank you, Steve.
Same for you, Warfield. You may wear number 10 on your jersey, but you're number 1 in the PrepSpin hearts. You're number 3. I'm sorry, that's right. All right. So William Warfield of PrepSpin bringing the game live in HD tonight. So go to PrepSpin.com, and certainly if you're able to, get to PrepSpin.com and watch the game live on HD. And if not, you can catch the game. Thank you, Kenny. You can catch the game delayed tonight. And we did have some technical difficulties in the first half, especially that middle of the first quarter going into the middle of the second quarter. But hopefully the second half will be all good, and you'll be able to catch all of that action live, or actually delayed. And with Steve Tressler, Carter Gray, and Chris Beesmore. And now Lexington Catholic is lined up for second half action. And it is time to start thinking about the Paul Miller Ford, key player to the Paul Miller Ford drive of the game. They're going to receive a $200 gift card, and that's going to be good for their next new or used car, $200 off. And if you're in the market for a good new or used car, then go to paulmillerford.com, point-click drive, Paul Miller Ford. Here's a kickoff by Noah Schur. It's a low end-over-end kick, goes to about the 12-yard line, and Miller gets it across the 15, the 20, gets rid of one man at the 25, 30, 35, and just shy of the 40-yard line. Boy, what a job by him again, getting that ball and making yards happen.
Yes, sir. Every return by Madison Central, they've gotten plenty of yards, put themselves in a great field position for their offense.
Great point. Absolutely, every time.
Without those returns, I don't know if their offense would have been running as effectively tonight. It's definitely a motivation booster for Madison Central.
Absolutely, especially if you're one of those big hogs. You start at the 7, you think, geez, 93 yards, you kidding me? They can hang it out for 50, but 93. Out of the gun this time. 2 wide outs left, 1 to the right. Harden with the snap. Gives to Cryer, going left, drags a Lexington Catholic defender with him, but picks up a couple yards. Cameron, nope, not Cameron Bailey. About to say Cameron Bailey that time. He's an offensive guy.
84,
Will Roden on the tackle that time.
Looks like Dominic Caslin was in there too.
Thank you, Dominic Caslin. You gonna let me struggle, or you gonna throw the name out there? You want me to leave you hanging? Come on, help a brother out here. So Caslin in on the tackle as well. And again, that Lexington Catholic defense, especially those down linemen, seem to be solid every year, Carter.
Yes, sir.
Zach Harden coming up to the line of scrimmage now. He's going to back off, 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Tailback behind him. Here's a snap. Fakes a handoff. Little screen pass this time, right up the middle. He get the first down and more as he connects with his receiver. And that time it looks like it was Miller, Cody Miller. And boy, he got that ball, took off. There was plenty of room to run and got the first down and more. And finally, some Catholic players were able to catch up to him and pull him down.
Yeah, they haven't run a screen all night. First play of the second half, good time to do it, and very effective against the defense. Caught him off guard.
First screen pass of the game, as Carter told you. 2 right, 1 to the left. Now man in motion. Harden under center, takes it, snap, pitches out to Cryer across the 45, 40, inside the 40-yard line, down to about the 37. Nice pickup again. Cryer, 5'7", 190. Boy, when a guy is 200 pounds and he's 5'7", it is so tough to tackle him and bring him down.
Yeah, you got to get low, and he looks like he has a lot of speed too. So
low center of gravity and those big thighs. He's moving. So Cryer gets them about 6 yards there. 2nd and 4. Ball spotted at the far hash. Madison Central going right to left out of the gun. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Here's a snap. It's low. Harden picks it up, touches it, gives it to Cryer. He'll go right up the middle, and he's going to be close to the first down. He may have even gotten it already. And again, boy, Cryer has he's done a great job of keeping this team out on the field. This offensive unit stays out on the field longer because he's in the game.
Yes, sir. Every time he touches the ball, he's making a huge effort. There's only been a couple plays where he hasn't picked it up at least 2 yards.
He's averaging about 7.5 yards tonight. That's a good point. Matter of fact, he's getting close to that 100-yard mark, as now 9 carries, 67 yards. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Here's a snap. Cryer again gets the call from the offensive coordinator, and he's going to be shy this time of the line of scrimmage as the defense is starting to target in on him, Carter.
Yeah, we checked in Dominic Caslin and Zach Middleton. Got a lot more size on the D-line. Matthew Harrington is really quick, but in situations like this, the size definitely helps shut down the run game.
Dominic
Caslin on the tackle for the Knights. 8:54 to go, 3rd quarter. Knights lead here 26-6. 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Harden takes a snap, play action, looks downfield, throws over the top, has a man, caught, and big pickup as Madison Central gets down to the Lexington Catholic 5-yard line as Harden connects with John Williams. And boy, they went from being on 1st and 10 to looks like 1st and goal from the 5, 27-yard gain.
Yeah, the quarterback threw it right in between 3 Lexington Catholic secondary men, and it looked like the receiver was a little bit surprised when he caught that ball.
Yeah, he was. It looked like he was in double coverage. He came out with it. No wonder he's surprised.
Yeah.
2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. Here's a snap. Cryer getting the handoff up the middle, and he gets into the end zone. And boy, if you're Madison Central, that's the way you want to start the second half. You get the ball, you drive it down their throats, 3.5 minutes off the clock, and you've cut their lead in half.
Yeah, just excellent first drive by Madison Central. That's how they wanted to start the second half, like you said, Steve.
Catholic, one of the top 10 teams in the state for rushing defense, as they only give up 131 yards a game rushing. So Madison Central's coming close to that already with plenty of time left here in the 3rd quarter. As a matter of fact, if we can look at these stats right now, and we do, yeah, they've already eclipsed that. So Madison Central doing what very few teams do, and that's break 130 yards rushing against its defensive unit at Catholic. And you're talking about Bowling Green, Bryan Station, and Lafayette were all able to get about 130. Madison Central's already eclipsed that. So Madison Central set up for the extra point here. They're going to go for 2-point conversion once again. Here's the direct snap to the up back, and it's going to be awful close as they're trying to drive that pile, that offensive unit is. And the officials say he got it, so give it to the big hogs up front as Madison Central converts on a 2-point conversion, and they're playing some good football to start the second half. 26-14 to score, 8:17 to go, 3rd quarter, and we'll keep it right here on PrepSpin.com and Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM. And Catholic, the way to answer this, Carter, Lexington Catholic's got to get the ball and do the exact same thing to them and hopefully do it a little faster, and maybe that takes a little bit of their steam out.
Yeah, especially with Reese throwing the ball. First off, drop passes, stop the clock, but second, Reese is going to make some big pass plays. I mean, that's been a part of every drive, getting 15 to 30-yard pickups. Wouldn't be surprised if I see it again this drive.
Well, Lexington Catholic will be receiving and going left to right this time if you're listening on the radio. And if you are listening on the radio and you have an internet connection, then we encourage you to go to PrepSpin.com. And it's a very easy, workable website. Just log on to PrepSpin.com and scroll down the list of games that are on there and click on the one that you're looking for. And in this case, it would be Madison Central at Lexington Catholic for Friday, September 19th, 2014, and tune in. Madison Central lined up for the kickoff. Doing the kicking duties for Madison Central. Looks like that's number 87, Worthy McGuire. Kind of a cool name, isn't it? Worthy McGuire?
Sure is.
Well, yeah, Carter Gray. I'm sure you can blow that name off, but your name's Carter Gray. That's pretty cool, too. Worthy McGuire, here's the kick. It's a little low squib kick. They do not want to kick to those Lexington Catholic return men, and they are happy to just put the ball at the 33-yard line for Catholic, and that's where Lexington Catholic Knights will take over.
Ball is down at about the 30.
Yeah, I think they're hoping one of those squib kicks, there will be a little bit of confusion, so maybe they get a lucky break on special teams. I know the second kickoff bounced off one of the first line of the receiving of Catholic, so if they'd be able to get their hands on that, it'd be a big momentum change.
Madison Central able to score first drive of the third quarter here, the second half, as they went 7 plays, 62 yards in 3.5 minutes and went from a 26-6 score to 26-14. That's where we are now. Ryan's pass complete to the far side of the field to pick up a 5 yards, and now Lexington Catholic is 1 play deep into their drive. It brings up a 2nd and 5. Trips right, 1 to the left. Ryan out of the gun. Turns, hands off to Jalen Jones right up the middle. Jones across the line of scrimmage and is going to be stopped after about a 2.5-yard gain. And that'll bring up third and less than 3 here, Carter.
Yeah, it looked like Reese delayed the handoff a little bit for Jalen Jones, hoping to get a little bit of more breathing space for him. But same as usual, wasn't much space, but he was able to dive forward, get some yards.
Trips left, 1 to the right. Ryan, here's a snap, and they caught the defense there as Cryer came across on that blitz there.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be a offsides against number 36 there. And Cryer knew it too. Excuse me, 35. I keep saying Cryer, but I'm wrong. That's Ray Smoot. And he knew it too. You could almost see him smiling underneath. I just said Ray Smoot's on Catholics. You can almost see him smiling underneath his face mask. And now the pass from Ryan across the top. Andy Thompson catches it at the 27, makes a move, cuts across the field, 25, 20, 15, 10, making another cutback, 5, touchdown. Andy Thompson goes in for a 52-yard strike and a touchdown. And, on paper, that looks like a pass for a touchdown, but you and I both know that was a run for a touchdown.
Yeah, it sure was. Thompson caught it on the numbers of the close side of the field, dodged his way all the way to the numbers of the left side of the field, Steve, and was able to get that in. Great effort.
He just seems to know where to go, doesn't he?
He has a great view for the field and the players on it. He knows where to go.
And now Catholic lined up for the extra point, 32-14 the score. Thompson with the hold. Morris with the kick. It's up. The officials say no good. So 32-14 the score, 7:17 to go, third quarter. Catholic 3 plays and 66 yards for a touchdown. And they didn't take much time off the clock doing that at all, did they?
No, sir. Just those big pass plays make Catholic's drives a lot quicker than Madison Central's, especially since Madison Central is running it pretty much every play.
Well, I tell you what, Madison Central's defense, they seem to give up very few, they give up very few big plays, but they give up those big plays at inopportune times and give them up, for points. And you know, as a defense, you can give up big plays. You got to bend, but you just can't break. And that's kind of the rule for a defense that is a one that allows big plays. You could let a big play happen, but you can't let them repeat.
Right, right.
So Catholic leading here 32-14 with 7:17 to go, third quarter. You're listening to Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM, WMJR Nicholasville, Lexington, and also you're on PrepSpin.com watching the game, and we thank you for joining us on either and or both. As Lexington Catholic homecoming 2014 with a 32-14 lead. Steve Tressler alongside of me, Carter Gray, Chris Beesmore, and William Warfield, the producer, cameraman, vocalist, all-star. And now we're waiting on the media timeout to finish. We'll call it a media timeout since we're here. As the officials toss the ball to Noah Scher, the kickoff man for Lexington Catholic, the kicker, and we are ready for live action. Back deep to receive there, it looks like, for Madison Central. Can you catch that number for me? What's that?
10 maybe.
All right.
1 is definitely on the far side.
Jonathan Ty, the far side, and he goes to the opposite side, and well, he fumbles the catch. That's Miller on the return. He fumbles the catch, but the return man Miller able to pick up some positive yardage. Keenan Miller, a 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore.
And they mixed up the kickoff a little bit that time. Catholic is not kick it on the hash marks very often, but they did that time, just trying to eliminate some of those yards gained by the returner.
Yeah, Jonathan
Morris.
Ty, yeah. Jonathan Ty on the other side has been the one who's been ripping off 30 and 40-yard returns. So Carter, good job noticing that. Double tight ends here. Harden under center, man in motion. And he's going to hand it off to that man in motion. That's Gross, Blake Gross, and he's able to pick up almost 10 yards. And a good play for Madison Central as they get huge yardage. Austin Lauterbach, the 165-pound sophomore, able to make the tackle. 6:52 to go, third quarter. And don't forget, every game this year, Sharps Candy is going to be picking out the sweet play of the game or the sweet fan of the game. They're going to get a $10 gift card to go to Sharps Candies, a proud sponsor of Lexington Catholic football. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Here's a snap, handoff. Cryer right up the middle, picks up the first down and then some as he bullies his way down to the 45. Flag comes in late from the back judge, and they get a big first down there. And we also want to tell you that Another Man's Treasure is going to find their treasured fan of the game. So hopefully you'll be lucky enough to be the Another Man's Treasured fan of the game, and you'll get a $25 gift card off your next purchase at Another Man's Treasure. And with 2 convenient Lexington locations, Another Man's Treasure is not your ordinary furniture store. Hey, I love this place. Visit them on the web, anothermanstreasurefurniture.com. And they are another proud sponsor of Lexington Catholic football. That penalty, surprisingly, from the back judge was on Madison Central. And it always bothers me, Carter, when I see the back judge throw a penalty flag on a team that he's not even close to.
Well, if it's not Lexington Catholic, I'm okay with it.
You're biased.
Yeah, but it is a little bit odd, especially after the play. The back judge throws it in a little bit late. But they're really cracking down on that head-on-head contact, and must have seen it.
And yeah, absolutely. He must have seen that, and it must have been serious because it moved Madison Central back to their own 30-yard line. Here's a snap, fakes it one way, hands off to Cryer, right up the middle, room to run, and nobody's going to get to him. He is gone. Boy, I tell you what, you don't need to give him a football. He needs a baton, folks. And he goes 70 yards untouched for the touchdown. And, I mean, he came out of there like bears were chasing him.
Yeah, it looked like the linebackers were blitzing right when he got through the line. He had nobody, and the secondary were all getting blocked downfield really well. Great job to the line and his downfield blockers, but his speed was definitely able to seal that.
Boy, I tell you what, that rush right there will put him well over 100 yards on the night. Huge pickup. And now the extra point attempt here for Madison Central as they line up. 6:07 to go, and 3 plays, 69 yards there.
And the kick is up.
Extra point is good, and that makes the score 32-21, Lexington Catholic. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll bring you back here with more Lexington Catholic football on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM, and PrepSpin.com. Back in 30 seconds. Hey, welcome back to Ford Stadium, everybody, here at Lexington Catholic High School, where the Knights lead 32-21, but it was Madison Central who just got on the board, 3 plays, 69 yards, and took about a minute off the clock there. Johan Williams, 9 carries, 115 yards, and boy, I tell you what, that was him on that last carry, I believe. I said Cryer, but it was Johan Williams, and that carry put him over 115 yards for the game. So I apologize to Mrs. Cryer and Mrs. Williams, because the 6 and the 5 look alike down here, and that's my fault. So, but let me tell you, both of your sons are playing some good football tonight. Both of them are juniors. Both are 5'6". One is 190 pounds. The other is 152 pounds. And boy, they use every bit of it. Here's the kickoff to Catholic's Thompson across the 15, the 20, 25, 30. And, boy, they shoelace tackled him. And you see why right there they did not want to kick to him all night.
Yeah, they definitely caught the kickoff return for Catholic off guard, because they've been squibbing it, just short kicks. And they kicked that one all the way to the goal line, and Thompson had to back up to catch it. It was on the goal line, but was able to get it to the 33. 2
wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. Jalen to his left. Here's a snap. Turns, fires to Ogbogu on that little screen pass, and he gets out close to midfield, and that's just that little split screen right there.
Yeah,
and Ogbogu makes the best of it.
Yeah, been effective all night. From here, it looked like he had no room when he caught the ball, but was able to get up the sideline for 10 yards.
Yep, slip screen, gets 17 yards and a first down, and 15-17, the same. It gets the first down. 1 wide out to left, 3 right. Here's a snap, and Ryan, he wasn't sure if he was going to give it to Jalen or not, and boy, because they both held on to it too long, nothing doing, a little mix-up and a little miscommunication, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10. And you've been in a play like that where there's a little mix-up between you and the quarterback. What's that like for you guys? What do you say in the huddle?
Yeah, just got to go to the next play, Steve.
2 wideouts each way. Ryan, 5 yards deep out of the gun, turns, pump fakes now. Drops 3 more steps, fires deep, has a man, Ogbogu, caught, touchdown! Ryan to Ogbogu, 50 yards for the touchdown, and wow, what a catch, as he was right where he needed to be. And how about the arm on Ryan throwing that ball about 50 yards in the air?
That's a golden one, Steve. I was right on point when Ogbogu was going full speed, just like 5 or 6 other ones, plus 30 or 40 yards for Reese on the night.
And now this game is turning into a shootout as Catholic now extends that lead back out, making it 38-21, and the extra point attempt here is going to be good. So the score here is the Lexington Catholic Knights 39, the Madison Central Indians 21. We'll bring you right back here in 30 seconds. This is Lexington Catholic football on Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM and PrepSpin.com. Welcome back to Ford Stadium, everybody. Steve Tressler alongside of me, Carter Gray and Chris Beesmore, as Lexington Catholic Goes 3 plays, 69 yards. And, well, I tell you what, it's turned into a shootout, and neither one of us expected this.
No, sir. Each team got in around the 30-yard line. 3 plays was able to get in the end zone. It looked almost the exact same as Madison Central's drive, except it was a long pass instead of a long run.
And Catholic now lined up to kick off, and once again they're doing exactly what you said before, Carter. They're trying to avoid kicking to that far side where Jonathan Ty is. And Jonathan, I think he went over and started talking to his buddy there and said, hey, I may just run to your side and try to get it. So Jonathan Ty telling Keenan Miller, hey, if they kick to you, Keenan, I'm going to come over there and get it. And that's what Catholic is trying to avoid, is Jonathan Ty has been absolutely murder on Lexington Catholic on those kickoff returns, setting up that Madison Central offense close to midfield every time. Officials tonight, Jacob Asher, Cedric Coleman, Manny Gonzalez, Larry Corey, and Michael Neal. That referee is Jacob Asher out here tonight. Here's a kickoff from Noah Scher. It's a high, wobbly kick, and it'll make its way out of bounds. Flags thrown, and Madison Central will start off pretty good field position to begin their drive here. And boy, Jalen Jones tonight, you can't say enough about his efforts. 19 carries, 113 yards, 1 touchdown, and a long run of 50 yards. But boy, Reese Ryan, 18 of 22 passing, 325 yards, 5 touchdowns.
He has been on point tonight, Steve. This is by far his best performance this year.
Absolutely, by far. He's starting to really find a rhythm, and good timing too, because next week district play begins.
Right, and I'd say 2 of the 3 passes that were incomplete were just like in the breadbasket and they dropped it.
Oh yeah, we've seen him hit him in the chest tonight. Here's a snap, it's low, but Harden able to pick it up, hand off to Cryer, gets across that line of scrimmage, maybe gets a yard or 2, and he's stacked up. And of course, after tonight, Lexington Catholic on the road to Mercer County. And boy, you know, last year, nobody saw that coming. Mercer County beating Boyle County in the playoffs, huh?
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. We kind of wanted to play Boyle, but a little bit of a blessing, a little bit of a, bugged us a little bit because we wanted to get through Boyle.
Hey, I know you guys wanted to line up with them one more time, but as it were, you guys did not, but still did what you did best here at Lexington Catholic, and that was win. Double tight end, stacked offense here. Here's a snap, turns, hands off. Cryer gets it right up the middle, and he's going to push his way up to about the 39-yard line, 41-yard line, depending on where they're going to spot this. And they put it right past the 40 there, so call it 3rd and a short 5 as Madison Central now lining up for a 3rd and 5, and Lexington Catholic's asking their fans to make some noise here on defense on a 3rd and 5, and now the PA gets into it, and Andy Hickey turns the crowd and tries to get him fired up. Harden under center, man in motion. Cryer behind him 5 yards deep. Here's a snap, 3-step drop, turns, fires, has a man caught. Big first down for Madison Central. Nice job that time. John Williams makes the catch. They get the first down, so they keep the drive alive for the Indians. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Madison Central wearing the white jerseys tonight with red numbers, blue pants. Lexington Catholic, white pants, blue jerseys, blue helmets. Black helmets, thank you, but blue is close enough. It's radio, come on. Here's a snap, turns, pitches, Cryer gets it, goes outside, now cuts it back to the inside, breaks out of 3 or 4 tackles, and we've seen him do that before tonight. This time the Knights don't let him get quite as far.
Right, only 4 yards that time, but his effort has made him able to evade a couple tackles every time he touches the ball.
And now there's an injured Lexington Catholic player down there on the field, and the trainers make their way out there.
Number 19.
Injured player is number.
Looks like it's Eric Foster. So we'll take a 60-second break, and we'll bring you right back here on Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM and PrepSpin.com. Back in 60 seconds. Hey, welcome back to Ford Stadium here, Lexington Catholic High School, where the Knights lead 39-21. Steve Tressler, Carter Gray, and Chris Beesmore here, joining William Warfield and PrepSpin. It's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line. 2:46 to go, third quarter. Here's a snap, handoff to Cryer. He's going to cut it to the outside across the 50, the 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Man, oh man, is he fast. How in the world does he get out of there that quick?
I have no idea. He just went through the line of scrimmage, was able to accelerate about 10 yards. Nobody's able to catch him after that.
My goodness, he's fast. But what a play by Cryer, and you know, they just won't go away. Every time you think Lexington Catholic has put them away, they found a way to get back in it, and it rests on the shoulders of those tailbacks who are really racking up big rushing yards on the Knights night. Already 325 yards rushing, and that's more than double what the Knights give up.
36, Mercer County 0 at the start of the fourth quarter.
The Reds, Cincinnati Reds, trailing the Cardinals 2-1 at the end of the third. Of course, Kentucky Wildcats football tomorrow. They have an off week, but they come back next Saturday at home with Vanderbilt. 2-point conversion here for Madison Central. And the officials say it's good. 39-29 the score as Madison Central cuts that 12-point lead down to 10 now, as it went from 12 to 19 now, or excuse me, 12 to 18 and now back to 10. So they're chipping away at this lead slowly but surely, and it seems like Lexington Catholic, Carter, just can't put them away.
Yeah, this second half, like you said, it's just been hit for hit, shot for shot. You know, if Madison Central continues to get those breaks on the runs like they have been this half, they're going to be in it the whole night. The question is, can Reese continue to be stellar with his throwing, and can Jalen keep up the running game to make Lexington Catholic's offense productive like it has been?
Well, you know, on that drive, they went 4 plays for 15 yards, and then they went 1 play for 50 yards. So altogether 5 plays, 65 yards. It only took them 2 minutes and 20 seconds. They do that 2 more times in the next 14 minutes, and they'll have the lead. So Lexington Catholic better find some answers to that rushing game from Madison Central, because if they don't, they could be looking at 1-4 before they know it. And those good feelings they fostered with a 26-6 halftime lead could fall to the wayside. 325 yards rushing tonight for Madison Central, and 283 yards rushing tonight for Madison Central. 325 passing yards for Lexington Catholic. Here's the kick, goes to Thompson. Picks it up at the 7, across the 10. 15, cuts to the far side field, 20, 25, and he stopped just shy of the 30-yard line, and a nice little return from Andy Thompson that'll set up that offense nicely, as they'll be moving left to right on the radio dial. And you can join us at PrepSpin.com if you are listening on the radio here. Catholic, Ryan, 2 wide outs each way. Jones behind Ryan. Long snap count now. Ryan stops, turns, looks to the side. Looks down at the play, 2 wide outs each way. Ball spotted far hash. Here's the snap. 2-step drop. Ryan turns, fires over the top, and it's going to be almost intercepted. And boy, I tell you what, you don't get any closer to an interception without actually making one than Blake Gross just did.
Yeah, that was too close, Steve. I didn't like it.
So now you got to wonder how the guy that plays defensive cornerback and also wide receiver drops that, but that's over now. He hits Jordan Hatton in the flats, Jordan 35, and he's going to be tripped up at the 37-yard line. So a nice little gain, close to the first down from Ryan to Hatton. And let's call it first down Lexington Catholic. So that's a big pickup for them, and that'll keep the chains moving for Lexington Catholic. 1st and 10 now at their own 38. 2 wide outs each way, ball spotted near hash. Here's the snap. This time hands off Jalen. He's going left, being chased from behind, and Boy, I tell you what, when he runs, people know it because they immediately leave what they're doing. A great play now would be a tailback pass from Jalen because as soon as he touches it, that defense, they leave the wide receivers and rush to the line.
They sure do. Or maybe a screen in there, just fake the ball to Jalen.
Yeah, open up that running game for him a little more. 2 wide outs each way, out of the gun. Ryan, snap, 2-step, drop, turns, looks over the top, has Thompson caught at the 40, and Thompson at the 35, and they tried to knock the ball loose as he got tackled there, and boy, Cryer did everything he could to knock the ball out from behind, but Thompson knows better. He wrapped it up and got a big yardage there.
Yeah, that was awesome. He just hopped in the air, was able to snag onto it, hang on to it with 3 defenders around him.
30-yard gain, trips left, 1 to the right. Jalen Jones gets a carry this time. There's a hole in the middle. He takes it, rushes through it, runs over players on the way. Touchdown, a 34-yard run by Jalen Jones off left tackle. And, boy, he knocked 2 guys out of his way and ran over 2 more.
Yeah.
And I mean, left him on the field.
He did, and the safety was running after him right beside him from the 10-yard into the goal line. Didn't even want to try and tackle him.
No, I wouldn't either. All that momentum, and you see the wake he left behind him. So a great job by Jalen, who has produced another huge run and a touchdown. And that makes the score 45-29 Lexington Catholic, and it's become a shootout between these 2 teams. Here's the hold. The hold is good. The kick is up. The officials say the kick is good. It's Lexington Catholic 46 and Madison Central 29. We'll be back in 30 seconds with Lexington Catholic football on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM and PrepSpin.com. Welcome back to Lexington Catholic High School's Ford Stadium, and we are ready for more third quarter action, minute 7 to go.
After every game this season, one lucky Lexington Catholic football player will be selected as the key player to the Paul Miller Ford Drive of the Game and will receive a gift certificate for $200 off their next new or used car from Sean Brock at Paul Miller Ford. Hey, if you're in the market for a good new or used car, then call my friend's friend, Sean Brock, at 797-4441. PaulMillerFord.com. Point, click, drive. Paul Miller Ford is a proud sponsor of Lexington Catholic football.
Dynamite job there by Carter Gray, our superstar. And I'll pump out the Noodles one since you had so much fun on that.
All right.
After every game this season, Noodles Company is going to select the Lexington Catholic lineman or fan for the way to use your noodle fan or play of the game, and they'll get a tasting at Noodles & Company for themselves and 3 friends. It's a $100 dining event and it can be yours absolutely free. Noodles & Company is conveniently located at 2468 Nicholasville Road. Noodles & Company is your world kitchen. And thanks to all those people in Noodles & Company for supporting Lexington Catholic football. Here's the kick, a high end over end kick caught at the 20-yard line, drop but picked back up, and he's going to try to find room the other way, and he's not. He's going to be dropped for a loss on the kickoff return. And, boy, great job by that team to get down there and drop him, and nowhere for Keenan Miller to go.
Yeah, and there was a false start on the first attempt kickoff, so we were 5 yards back, but we were able to hold them back behind the 20-yard line for the first time in this game.
Certainly not what you would expect there. There's going to be a $20 gift card. It's going to be given out tonight to a lucky fan. We can't all make it into the end zone, but every game this season, one lucky fan is going to be chosen at random to receive a $20 gift card to the Wing Zone. You can call or order right now. Go to wingzone.com to place your order. 2 wideouts, Right, one left, man in motion. Here's a snap. Pump fake now, finds a man thrown, caught at the 40-yard line, across the 45 into midfield, and a 31-yard pickup that time as Harden connects with Grant, and a big play. And, boy, Madison Central refuses to give up in this game. Down 17, 50 seconds to go, third quarter.
Yeah, and it looked like that was just a blocking tight end who's been blocking the whole night, released on that play. Just weren't expecting it. He was wide open.
2 wideouts left, 1 right. Harden under center. Now man in motion. They hand off to that man in motion, and it's to the 45, and they drive him backwards about 2 yards. He gets around that end. You thought he was going to turn it upfield, but he was met right there by Hickey, and Hickey wasn't going to let him go any further than he had already gotten, Carter.
Yeah, he had seen that play the last drive, just wasn't going to let it happen again.
A little jet sweep there, right?
Yeah, once they get to the outside, once they turn up, and if they don't have anybody, they'll get a good gain on that play.
2 left, 1 to the right. Here's a snap, hands off Cryer right up the middle, and he spins and twists his way for yardage here, and he's still on his feet, and finally they drop him. But not until he gets the first down. It took him an extra 5 seconds, but boy, he got the first down just shy of the 35. And that's the end of the third quarter as Lexington Catholic leads here at Ford Stadium, 46-29. We'll be back with more Lexington Catholic football on your Catholic station, Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM, and PrepSpin.com. Welcome back to Ford Stadium here at Lexington Catholic High School. Knights lead 46-29, and I'm looking at my news feed, and former Kentucky star and ex-NBA player Rex Chapman has been accused of shoplifting.
I don't think he needs to do that, Steve.
Maybe not, but boy, what a story that was. I guess that framed jersey of his I got, I'm just going to leave there.
He stole a basketball.
He stole a basketball? Is that? Oh, okay, that's a joke. All right, you guys got me. But that is the true story from WLEX, breaking story. And he's in Arizona, so it had to be somewhere out there. 1 left, 2 to the right. Little slip screen set up as Harden hits his man there. And he gets across the 30-25. And a fumble on the play, and Catholic has got it. Just like that. And the officials, whoa, they're going to say he was down, so no fumble.
Oh.
And boy, they catch a break there because you could see the ball coming out as he was going down.
Yeah, it looked like he did a 360 when he was tackled.
PrepSpin, are we able to get a slow-mo replay on that one? Because I tell you what, that looked like a fumble. But that's all right. Don't get upset, Madison Central fans watching the game. You have the ball here. Here's a snap handoff, Cryer going left, and boy, that is it's like a bowling ball running. I mean, just straight ahead, very fast, and just so hard to bring down.
Yeah, to get somebody of his speed, weight, and size down, there's no way it's just one people. It takes one person. It just takes a whole team.
2nd and 4 now for Madison Central, 11-17 to go in the game. The Indians trailing here, 46-29, Lexington Catholic. 523 yards of offense here tonight. Madison Central, 394. Two wideouts right, 1 left. This time, handoff goes to Cryer. Williams. Cryer in there on the left side, Williams on the right. And 10:48 to go. That brings up a 3rd and short here for Madison Central, 3rd and 2.
For the Knights, and the ball is spotted just short of the first down mark. It's 3rd down.
And so how? What are you going to call here?
If I were Madison Central, I'd just give it to one of their backs. That's been explosive all night, just right up the gut. Wouldn't take much to get this first down for them.
Somebody's afraid they'll get busted on that, huh? One wide out left, two right, and a keeper here for Harden as he goes right up the middle. The officials will find out where it is, and you know what that screams to me right there? We're afraid of being wrong. We're afraid of our officials being wrong. Cameron Bailey making his way off the field, taking a little break here. And it's going to be 1st and 10 as the officials say he got that. Bailey coming off, Zach Middleton making his way off the field. One wide out left, two to the right. Hard under center, now man in motion going left. Here's the snap, hands off, right up the middle. Cryer gets about 1.5 yards on the carry. 2nd and a long 9 here as that ball is spotted around the Lexington Catholic 13-yard line. Dominic Caslin, the Lexington Catholic player that made the tackle there. Under 10 minutes to go here from Lexington Catholic, where the Knights lead 46-29. Thanks to all of you for joining us here at PrepSpin.com. We'll be here tomorrow bringing you ladies soccer as the Lady Knights get ready to take on #1 ranked Sacred Heart for the Knights Cup. Here's the snap, turns, fires to his right, and he completes it, and a small gain for the Indians as he completes it to Blake Gross. Not much there, just a quick catch, or quick throw and catch.
Yeah, the times that they have done screens and short passes from Madison Central, it has been pretty effective. They looks like they picked up 5 or 6 on that play and made it a short 3rd and 3.
So call it 3rd and a long 3 here. 8:39 to go. Ball spotted near hash for Madison Central. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Under center, Harden. Man in motion now, comes back. Here's a snap, pitches out to Cryer. Cryer racing for the sideline, now cuts it back to the middle of the field and gets across the end zone. Touchdown, Madison Central. And boy, I tell you what, you can take the dog out of the fight, but you can't take the fight out of the dog. Madison Central keeps hanging around, and now 46-35 the score.
Yeah, it's hard to break away when their running backs continue to be as explosive as they are. There's just nothing on defense that's been able to shut them down yet.
307 yards rushing tonight for Madison Central. Now the 2-point conversion, and they're going to be short this time. So Catholic able to keep it to at least 2 scores, 46-35 with 8:20 to go in the game. And, you know, you're on a team 3 years in a row that makes it all the way to state semifinals. How does this team measure up against those teams?
Just as well, I think, Steve. Our senior leadership, we've really stepped up. We've had the 6 captains, majority of them have been in since sophomore year, getting significant playing time. They've all stepped up. They want to lead this team.
Now, have you started making plans to go to college, or have you have a list of schools yet? Or
I still have no idea, Steve.
Well, you know, that's just normal. You know, a lot of guys, you know, senior year and even going into that summer, sometimes taking a year out of school and trying to figure that out is something a lot of guys do. I know I joined the Marines right out of school. I knew I had to join the military because, you know, we couldn't afford college. My parents were not going to be able to pay for it. So I just joined the military and had them pay for it, and that worked out. Except for the deployments. That was no fun, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Catholic set to receive here, back deep. Andy Thompson, Donovan Morris, and Agbogu on the other side, to the far side there. Morris to the near side, Thompson the deep man. Here comes the kickoff from Madison Central. And that's Worthy McGuire. Stadium filled in nicely on the home side, and the fans from Madison Central traveled well as they are here in bunches as well. The kickoff goes out of bounds. Flags go flying like the UN convention, and now Catholic will come out and take over at their own 35-yard line, going right to left. Once again, want to thank Katie Templin, our producer in studio tonight, as Chris Darlin has the night off and is taking care of some family stuff that he needs to attend to. And boy, what a story. Rex Chapman, the former UK and NBA star, accused of shoplifting. Who'd have thunk that? Hopefully that's not true. 2 wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. Jalen Jones 2 yards behind him. He'll look to the sideline. Checks his wrist. Now Jones shifts right. Here's a snap. Turns, fires, hits his receiver there. Thompson on the far side. Across the 40, 35, 30. Cuts it back towards the middle. Now back to the sideline. 20, 15, and all the way down to the 10-yard line. I said Thompson, but let's figure this out because as we look closer, it could be O'Neal. There's Thompson. Yeah, that's Connor O'Neal, the 5'11 senior, and boy, he's got some jets of his own showing off his skills.
It sure does. Senior year, first year coming out playing football, but he's definitely proved an important role to this team.
65-yard run after catch. Ryan out of the gun, trips left, 1 right, hands off. Jalen Jones right up the middle, and he'll pick up a few yards as he gets across the line of scrimmage. And the kid comes out his first year of football, and this is what he's doing. What are y'all doing, telling him not to join?
Tried to make him come sooner, but glad he came out this year.
2nd and 8 for the Knights at the Madison Central 9, and now a player is down for Madison Central, and he is slow to get up here, and that's
coming off the field. Let's give him a hand, folks.
Looks like Morris. Nope, Nash, Will Nash, and little ginger there as he gets up, and he is walking on his own power, though. That's a good sign. Just a little limp there. Now, in the military, if a guy was limping like that, we'll tell him put some mud on it and pick up your weapon and let's fight. 5 receivers this time for Catholic. 3 to the left, 2 right. Ryan out of the gun, 7 yards deep. Long snap count now. Ryan looks to the sideline. 5 receivers, 3 left, 2 right. Here's a snap. Ryan fakes it, tucks it. Now he's going to run himself. Able to spin out of 1 tackle. Gets down to about the 5-yard line. And maybe just shy of the 5. KJ Long, the tackler for Madison Central. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the D linemen was just able to reach his arm out, get a hand on him, Reese, slow him down. But almost broke away if Reese was able to get out of there as quick as he could.
Noah Turbity, Colin Carpenter. Those linemen doing their jobs there. This time the handoff to Jalen. He gets hit hard at the line of scrimmage, bounces around and pinballs his way for about a yard.
Down to about the 5-yard line.
And now under 6.5 minutes here at Lexington Catholic. Knights lead 46-35.
Number 32 on the tackle, Heatley on the tackle for the Indians.
Colin Carpenter, that right guard.
3 for Lexington Catholic.
And now out of the gun, here's Ryan. 2 wideouts each way. I said right guard, he's left guard. Noah Turbity, center. Jalen shifts right. Here's a snap. Fakes to Jalen, turns, fires to the outside, gets O'Neal again. And, boy, Madison Central turns him over on downs. They didn't even get the first down. And, boy, Madison Central showing a lot of fight here. You got to tip your hat to him because a first-year coach really wants to get these guys to the point where they are ready to turn this program around down there. And, I mean, they've got to compete with the likes of Madison Southern, and that's no easy task.
It sure isn't, Steve, with the running back of their stature.
There's Oma Kumagisa down here on the sidelines saying hi to the trainer here at Lexington Catholic. Good to see him. Where's he in school at now?
He was a walk-on at center. I know he's playing there with Anthony Kersey.
Oma Kumagisa, he's a heck of a runner. Keep his nose in the books and keep out of trouble, and he'll be just fine. Turnover on downs. Madison Central will take over now at their own 3-yard line. And, boy, if I'm Catholic, I bring the pressure here. Under center, 2 wideouts left, 1 right, man in motion. Here's a snap. Handoff to Cryer right up the middle. Catholic not fooled. They rail him back for a yard. And no gain. And if it is, it's short of maybe a half a yard.
Number 72, Big Dominic Caslin. Number 84, Will Roden. Gain of 1 brings up a 2nd and 9.
5.5 minutes to go here. Lexington Catholic 46-35 on the Indians. Steve Tressler alongside me, Carter Gray, Chris Beesmore, and we are on PrepSpin.com and Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM. Harden under center. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. Now man in motion going left. They hand off to that man in motion. He spins, turns, and gets upfield for about 8 yards, just shy of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and short, Carter. And again, you said it before. Once they turn upfield, it's hard to really put a stop to it. You got to stop them before they make that turn up.
Exactly, Steve. Just another motion play to the outside. Just able to get out there. It's the outside linebackers' job to push that back in. Haven't been able to do that too effectively tonight.
3rd and 3 for Madison Central. 1 wide out left, 3 right. Here's a snap. They give it to Cryer. He goes to the right, makes his way around that end there, and finally out to about the 15-yard line for a first down. And some of the fans here wanted a flag because it looks like they jerked a defensive lineman down by the jersey, but none of the officials saw it. So if they don't see it, you don't get the call. And you can probably call a hold on either team on any play. So we're okay with the officials letting that one go. Lafayette, as you heard, Lafayette squeaked out a 41-7 win over Dunbar tonight. But Lafayette, a good football team, they'll probably go far in the playoffs, and so will Bryan Station, folks. I'm telling you right now, Bryan Station is going to be one of the last 4 schools remaining in Class 6. And going left this time, Cryer stopped after about a 1.5 2-yard gain. And Madison Central just trying to run that clock down, and maybe if they can get a score, they're happy with that, go onside kick and try to get it back. That's the only hope they have here. But they sure are letting a lot of time go off the clock, Carter.
Yeah, but when your whole offense is running, that's all you can do. Especially when you need to score, you just got to hope you can make a break like they have been on the last couple drives.
Under center, 1 wide out left, 2 right. Harden takes a snap, 3-step drop, turns, throws to his left, caught, and a first down from Madison Central. And again, Madison Central keeping the chains moving. And in high school football, that clock stops to move the chains here. So the nice 46-35 lead here could be even cut a little shorter if Madison Central could keep this drive alive. Here's a snap to Harden, kicks it out to Cryer, a little pitch, and Cryer gets out to about the 35-yard line to pick up about 5.5 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and a long 4. And what can you say about Cryer's running?
Been all over it tonight. He has the speed to take it outside, and he has the weight to just run people over in the middle.
And here's the handoff to Cryer, this time right up the middle. And he'll pick up a few yards, but that'll bring up another crucial 3rd down situation. And think about this. As much as we've said Cryer's name tonight, Cryer still has only half the yards Jonah Williams does. Here's a snap. Once again, Cryer gets it and close to the first down. And, boy, he's either right on the first down marker. They say go. He got it. So first down, Madison Central. Williams tonight, 185 yards rushing. Cryer, just over 100. 5 plays so far, 26 yards on this drive for the Indians. Under 2 minutes to go. Here's a snap. Harden, 3-step drop, throws, fires to his left, caught, and close to the first down on the far side of the field, and they get just across the midfield mark. So now they're in Lexington Catholic territory at the 49, Carter.
They're also able to get that out of bounds. Nice for them to stop the clock and regroup a little bit so they don't have to rush this offense.
Now he went out of bounds. That clock stopped, so they can take their time getting this play and getting up to the line of scrimmage. They roll up to the line. 1 receiver left, 2 right, Harden under center. Tailback 3 yards deep, now a man in motion. Long snap count. 5-step drop, it's a little slip screen set up. And the pass is complete. He's going to pick up good yardage this time and a first down. So, boy, I tell you what, they keep chipping away at this thing. This time John Williams gets it.
Yeah, every time they've run the screen tonight, it's been at a crucial point. They've been able to pick up a first down. I think if they try and run it again, this drive will be ready.
1st and 10 at the Catholic 37. 3-step drop, turns, fires to his left, caught. And another great pitch and catch. And, boy, for a team that threw the ball 5 times in the first half, they're making effective use of the pass in the second half.
Yeah, I'm surprised how effective their pass game has been right now. I don't know where this was in the first half. Certainly would have helped them.
Yeah, he was 2 of 5 for 5 yards in the first half. And in this half, he is 10 of 15 for 127 yards.
Sure, most of those are coming in the fourth quarter, too.
On this drive. Running up to the line now. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. Here's Harden under center. 2nd and 3, man in motion. Here's a snap, 3-step drop. Looks over the top, a little timing route into the end zone. And he's got a man. A good job by the defense that time. Joey Griggs gets a hand in there and knocks it out of the receiver's hands. Nice job by Griggs.
Great play. Great play by Joey. He was able to stay on him. This would have been a huge play if they were able to complete that pass, because they would have had time if they got an onside kick to put together a drive.
And you got to think run here at 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 ball at the Lexington Catholic 29-yard line. Here's a snap, handoff Cryer going right, and he follows his lead blockers, gets a first down easy, still on his feet. And they blow the play dead, but they call it a first down at the Catholic 22-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 22, 1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the game. Catholic leading 46-35. We thank you for joining us tonight on Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 FM. And thank you again for being patient with us through the technical difficulties on the AM, FM stations and also on PrepSpin.com. And now the run play goes out to the left here. Or excuse me, a pass play, Blake Gross. He gets the reception and gets out of bounds. And nope, doesn't get out of bounds. They call timeout, 2nd and 4. So now a minute and 1 second remaining in the game. And we want to thank the sponsor here for PrepSpin.com.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Long, and Gardner.
So thank you to them, and thank you to Wing Zone. And we can't all make it to the end zone, but we can all certainly make it into Wing Zone. And wingzone.com is where you can order your food. Also, Paul Miller Ford. We'll be selecting that Paul Miller Ford key player to the drive of the game tonight. Also to another man's treasure, Roosters, who's going to be giving away a $15 card to the defensive player of the game tonight. The Wake him up.
There it is.
Of the game. That's right. There it is. We got to figure out who gets that. I mean, who had the hardest hit out there tonight? William Warfield, you got to help us. Hold on. Here we go. What was that score?
47-7, Henry Clay.
Over Boone County, huh? You got it, William. You got to help us pick out the Roosters. Wake them up. Play of the game. Roosters is going to be giving out a $15 gift card to the hardest hit of the game that a player got woke up.
I think he got on offense when Jones ran over the defender.
Oh, yeah. Jalen Jones should get it because he woke up the defense on that. That's right. Here's a snap. Harden looks over the top, has a man in the end zone, caught. And, boy, I tell you what, tip your hat to him on that play because he got hit on both sides. As the Catholic players hit him, but they ran into each other as well. And it looks like that time, it looks like the two players that ran into each other that time, Joey Griggs crashed into Zach Newcomb, and they both hit the receiver. But, boy, tip your hat to the Madison Central receiver, getting in the end zone, holding on to the football. And now what was once a game 26-6 at the half and a 20-point lead is down to 5. And if they go for 2, they could cut it to a field goal. And, boy, what does that tell you with a field goal game? And even now, within 7 points, an onside kick, they get the ball. The way they've been moving it in the second half, they've scored 35 points in the second half. Catholic's got no answers for them this half.
It's just crucial to get this onside kick, regardless of if they make this 2-point conversion or not, because we wouldn't be so worried if it was just they're running because, the clock is also their enemy.
Yeah,
but they've been able
them up on the line.
they've been able to pass it effectively this fourth quarter.
Absolutely great point. That's right. You know, if it was just the run game, you put 8 in the box, you stop the run, but they've shown now that they can throw it. So now you're guessing this half on what they're going to do, and no defense wants to guess. They want to know what they're going to be up against here. So, oh, wow, we got news in from the PrepSpin news press. Rex Chapman just tried to take another man's treasure. Hey, speaking of another man's treasure, we're giving a $25 gift card to the Another Man's Treasured fan of the game tonight. And that fan of the game is going to get a $25 gift card to go to Another Man's Treasure and find some treasure for themselves. It is not your ordinary furniture store. Visit anothermanstreasurefurniture.com. And, boy, this game is really, it's turned into a pretty tight game here. Catholic at one point looked like they were just going to roll in the half there, a big 20-point lead come out, maybe put another 20 points on top of that and get out of here with a 40-point win and for homecoming. And Madison Central had other plans. And, I mean, we're the Lexington Catholic broadcast on PrepSpin, but I got to tell you, I'm very impressed with this Madison Central team. Going for 2 here. Here's a snap. Harden, play action, rolls out. There's a man supposed to be where he threw it, and they weren't there. So Catholic able to stop that 2-point conversion there and keep it a touchdown game here, or just shy of that. A 5-point lead for the Knights, 46-41, and 55.3 seconds to go. And now, Carter, you're wringing your hands over there because you were on that hands team at one point, and now you're wringing your hands because you know what's going to happen. They're going to try for this onside kick. And, boy, I got to tell you, I got an eerie feeling about this.
I'm confident, Steve.
Okay, I was just messing with you. I'll see how confident you were. So Catholic, the hands team out there talking to the special teams coach. And, what is he telling that team right now?
It's obvious what's coming. Most onside kicks are a surprise, but everybody knows this is coming. They need the ball to have a chance of winning this game. Only 55 seconds left. If we get this, we win it. Simple as that.
Well, not many timeouts over there for Madison Central. Matter of fact, let me check here. Do they even have any timeouts? Let's look. Yeah, 2 timeouts for both teams here. Madison Central with 2 timeouts, Catholic with 2 timeouts. So Catholic really needs to run for at least 1 first down to put this thing to an end. But we're getting ahead of ourselves because what Catholic's going to have to do is get the ball in this hands team first and then try to get 1 first down before they can run that clock out, because Madison Central could stop it twice with 2 timeouts. So there's a lot of coaching going on down there. We actually can hear the Madison Central sideline coaches yelling, telling his team to get this ball kicked awkwardly so nobody can recover it. Onside kick coming here. 55 seconds to go in the game.
McGuire to kick.
Andy Thompson back deep. Worthy McGuire, the kicker for Madison Central. And it all comes down to this. The onside kick. Catholic recovers. And that's what you were waiting on. So Catholic will recover at their own 42-yard line with 53.6 seconds to go. I just saw you exhale. You were waiting to exhale there. So Carter let his breath out as Lexington Catholic's offense comes out there, and we just talked about it. You got to get a couple first downs. You keep it on the ground, do you not?
You got to.
2 wideouts each way. Ryan out of the gun. Jalen 1 step behind him. Here's a snap. Jalen gets the carry, goes left, holds on to that football with 2 hands. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Madison Central calls timeout like we knew they would. 48.4 seconds to go. When the game's over, don't forget, we're going to be selecting the key player to the Paul Miller Ford drive of the game tonight. They'll get a $200 gift card off their next never used car from Sean Brock at Paul Miller Ford. And if you're in the market for a good new used car, then call my friend Sean Brock at 797-4441. That's 797-4441. PaulMillerFord.com. Point, click, drive. Paul Miller Ford is a proud sponsor of Lexington Catholic football, and we are glad to have them aboard this year. Don't forget, the Sharps Candies is going to pick that sweet play of the game. As a matter of fact, tonight Sharps Candies gave away the sweet fan of the game. to a lovely young lady down here in the stands on her homecoming night. So congratulations to Bethany, as she was the Sharps Candy's sweet fan of the game. Here's a snap. Reese Ryan, handoff. Jalen Jones right up the middle, close to the first down. Doesn't quite get it, but hey, that's workable. 3rd and inches. Clock stops at 41.3 seconds. Madison Central just took their last timeout. So this is where it comes. This is what it comes down to. It's 3rd and 2. Catholic can snap this play, but they've got to let that clock run down to about 8 or 9 seconds before they can run another play. So there is a chance of a turnover here. So you got to protect that ball for at least one more play, hopefully a first down. Then you get in what Lou Holtz calls his favorite formation, the victory formation.
Right. All they got to do is run it, hang on to the ball. If they get the first down, good. If not, we just let the clock drain as low as it gets, maybe even to the last second, get a 5-yard penalty, delay of game, and just punt it off.
Well, hopefully that's exactly what will happen here. Lexington Catholic hoping to get to 2 wins on the season here and improve to 2-3. They've had a tough road with 3 very, very good football teams. 1 wide out each way. Jalen Jones gets the snap and goes right up the middle. Going to be just shy of the first down here as Madison Central stacks up the line of scrimmage. But it doesn't matter. Madison Central out of timeout, so Catholic will run the play on 4th down, and they can get the first down or not. But Madison Central, even if they get the ball back, would only have maybe a second left. And here you almost want to take the delay of game just to let that clock run as far down as it can. Ryan out of the game now. Or no, Ryan's in the game. Nope, Ryan's out. Thompson. No, Ryan is in the game there. I'm sorry. So Catholic, I don't know if he's in or out, but Ryan's in the game. I saw Thompson there at tailback, and I thought maybe he had replaced him. So under a second to go here, 0.7 of a second now. And like I told you, Catholic happy to take that delay of game because they know the officials are going to waste about 2 seconds blowing it dead there when that clock runs out. And under 1 second to go, 0.7 of a second. And Catholic will take a knee here on 4th down, and that will be all she wrote. As Madison Central has been very to the task here, giving Lexington Catholic all they could want on homecoming night. They cut a 20-point lead at the half down to 5 and made a game of it, and with potentially a chance to win the game even. So I tell you what, tip your hat to Madison Central. And now Coach Perry wants to talk about it here as he motions for one of his players to come into the game. And really he's probably going to tell his guys in this huddle here, run one play, keep the celebration to a minimum, shake their hands, be gentlemen, and let's get off the field. Will Roden comes into the game for Lexington Catholic. And now they're telling him that there should be 2 seconds on the clock. So the officials want 2 seconds on the clock, and the scorekeepers oblige. So now it's not 0.7 of a second. There are 2 seconds left on the clock. Hey, we want to thank all of our listeners on Real Life Radio 1380 and 94.9 for the one-day pep rally and all of your efforts today and our pledge drive. You know, Real Life Radio 1380, 94.9 FM is a nonprofit. We are listener-supported, and we encourage all you good Catholics, Christians, Baptists, Methodists, whoever you are, tune in to 94.9 and 1380 and listen to the Word of God with us. And we want to thank PrepSpin.com for carrying the feed tonight. PrepSpin.com is in no way affiliated with Real Life Radio and said beliefs, but that's how they run out the 2 seconds right there. And that's the end of the game. Lexington Catholic 46 and the Madison Central Indians 41. So congratulations to the Knights as they improve to 2-3. Madison Central falls to 1-4. And we're going to take a break for about 3 minutes. We'll come back with our final statistics and wrap up from Lexington Catholic football on 1380 and 94.9 FM. Back in 3 minutes, everybody. Welcome back to Ford Stadium here on the grounds of Lexington Catholic High School. Everyone, Steve Tressler, alongside of me, Chris Beesmore. Carter Gray, thank you so much for the great job you did tonight on the broadcast. Carter is a senior here at Lexington Catholic High School and just a fantastic young man, and we're glad to have him on the broadcast. Bernie Caldwell not able to be here tonight, so he did a great job filling in. And I'm going to turn it over to Chris Beesmore. Chris, final score tonight, Lexington Catholic 46, Madison Central 41. How did Madison Central come up with those 41 points?
Well, Steve, Madison Central had 25 first downs, rushed for 346 yards, passed for 170 yards, 516 total yards of offense, penalized 4 times for 38 yards.
And Lexington Catholic, 46 points on the night, and how were they able to manage that?
Lexington Catholic had 22 first downs, rushed for 158 yards, passed for 418 yards, 576 total yards of offense, penalized 5 times for 38 yards.
Well, you can't say enough tonight, Chris, about the fact that Madison Central, boy, they were down 20 points at the half, but what do you have to say about the comeback they made in the second half?
It was an amazing comeback with their running the ball.
And then they opened up the passing game, which they didn't do much of at all in the first half, did they?
No, they didn't.
So, Madison Central only 5 yards passing in the first half, comes out in the second half and throws 15 more passes for 165 yards. So tip your hat to Zach Harden and the job he did. But the story tonight, though, Reese Ryan. Reese Ryan was 22 of 27 passing tonight, 418 yards, 5 touchdowns on the night, no interceptions, and those are big, big-time numbers. And Reese Ryan definitely is going to get the Wing Zone Player of the Game tonight, a $20 gift card to Wing Zone for his performance. Jalen Jones, for running over 2 Madison Central players on the way to the end zone, is going to get the Roosters Wake 'em Up play of the game. And I can't tell you how annoying that must be for you listeners, but boy, is it fun to do on my end. That's it for the night, folks. Lexington Catholic a winner 46-41. They improved to 2-3 on the year. Madison Central takes the loss. They will drop to 1-4. So we'll see you next week as conference play, district play, I should say, begins for Lexington Catholic as they will be taking on Mercer County. So for my producer in studio, Katie Templin, for our producer and on-set man, William Warfield and PrepSpin.com, for Chris Beesmore and Carter Gray, and for Bernie Caldwell, who was not here tonight, but we'll see him next week. I'm Steve Tressler from PrepSpin.com saying so long, everybody. That's all for this time. Until next time, have a great time. God bless you and go Knights.